Hi guys, I just want to put out this quick video and give you an update now on the progress that's been made with hashtag Steam Talent. Now, 54 invitations have now gone out to those individuals on Twitter that I believe would bring a huge benefit to the Steam community if they joined. Now, these 54 invitations that have gone out have a combined network effect of now just under 5 million, 4.87 million followers. Now, these followers are the aggregate number of followers to the 54 individual handpicked invitations that have gone out. Now, obviously, I'm very excited about the possibility of what could actually happen. I'm getting slightly frustrated because over the last 3 weeks since this has been up and running, I've had a tremendous amount of inquiries coming in asking why are the approvals taking so long. Now I understand that the mechanism to approve these applications has to be done right. So obviously I'm fully aware now that there appears to be a backlog. Earlier on, I asked if there was any questions that you guys wanted to put forward. And I've had quite a few questions put forward. So I just want to go through some of these questions. Arianto71 has asked a very, very good, simple question. What is Steam Talent? For the ones unfamiliar, Steam Talent was an initiative that I rolled out on the 19th of June, and effectively is an initiative that identifies a particular user on Twitter and talks to them, educates them on the Steam community and what the Steam blockchain is. And when they follow me, I then send them an invitation out and then follow it up with, if there's anything you want to know, if there's any, any issues you want to ask me, then of course I'm getting now a lot of people asking me questions. So what is Steam Talent? Steam Talent is an initiative to bring creative talent to the Steam community. So it effectively is reaching outside of Steemit and bringing new users to the platform. The second question that Arianto71 asked was, what is the advantages of Steam Talent with DTube, DLive, DMania, which is also for video creation? Well, the whole idea is bringing this new creative content to the community, and effectively once they're in the community on Steemit, then of course then we can then educate them on DTube and DLive. For the last 6 to 12 months I've been promoting other applications on top of the Steemit flagship application, DTube, DLive, Apix. We're all excited about Apix. So of course I've been promoting these other applications, but of course it's very hard to promote these applications until people have actually understood what the whole community is about. So the advantages of bringing new, fresh, creative talent, singers, songwriters, musicians, artists, photographers to Steemit via this method, then hopefully once they're here, then we can then start educating them on DTube and DLive and the other applications. And then of course you talk about Arianto71 talks about what is the duration or length of the video allow for upload. Well, really that's down to DTube and DLive. This is purely bringing creative content to the community. Then of course I've been asked, a lot of people have asked me the same questions. Anime Craze, Faraz 33, Zohaib 336. You guys have asked me more or less what everybody's asking me, and that is, we would like to know how many people have joined so far via Steam Talent. And on top of that question, can you give us any feedback as to what these people are saying about the invitations? These are two generic questions that I've been asked so many times over the last 3 weeks, and is obviously causing me probably the biggest part of my workload, and that is I'm getting a lot of people who are contacting me after I've sent the invitation out saying, you've sent me an invitation, I've made an application, I'm still waiting. Just to give you an idea of what is actually happening in the background, I've received quite a few screenshots now of people, and they're sending me this. Please confirm, these are what people have sent me on their screen. Please confirm your email. On Steemit, you get paid to post and share good content, but first, let's finish setting up your account. Please confirm your email address by clicking this link. Then, of course, there's the sign-up link from steemit.com. It then obviously cheers your friends at Steemit, so that's great. People have clicked on the confirmation. They've then had an email back. Your email address has been verified. Great. So now we're at a point where the email address has been verified. And then, of course, and I understand this, you've now provided all the information required. We manually review applications to protect against bots and spam. Due to the high volume of sign-ups, this process may take 1 to 3 weeks. We'll email you as soon as you're approved. Now, of course, I actually get all the problems of signing up, and of course, one of the concerns that I've got is 54 invitations have gone out to hand-picked individuals that I'm pretty confident will make an application. And from what I can gather, it's practically been 100%. 54 invitations have gone out, and I'm led to believe a bulk of them have actually made the applications. Now, of course, I'm getting a lot of people now contacting me saying, you've sent me an application, you've sent me an invitation, I've made the application, I can't get on Steemit. So, of course, this is something that I'm very conscious about. And really, I think what's going to happen is once the backlog is pushed through, I think we're going to see a tsunami of approvals. And I think what's going to actually happen, and I'm hoping I'm right, I hope that creating this backlog isn't causing any problems down the line, because one of the things I'm very conscious about is until we start getting these approvals, whether or not it's right to carry on. 54 invitations have gone out. The potential for this, if the approvals was managed, and I really have full respect for all the guys who are approving these applications, whether or not I should actually throttle back until we've got this backlog through, because certainly the first 3 invitations that went out, one of them, straight as he received his invitation, so of course we're talking nearly 24 days ago, the moment he received his invitation, he made his application, he got his approval, he got his verification for his email. He said he had to wait up to 1 to 3 weeks. He's still waiting. So, of course, this is the concern that I've got, is whether or not I'm actually creating, more of a problem down the pipeline. And really, it's up to you guys to give me the feedback as to whether or not this should maintain, because what I think could potentially happen at the moment, 54 invitations have gone out. It's less than a month. We've probably got another 5 days to go. 1 or 2 more applications will push that up to 5 million. 5 million. Well, that's 5 million in 1 month. I said that really until I'd done this for at least 6 months, I wanted to give myself at least 6 months to understand whether or not this mechanism, by doing this, was actually going to onboard more people at a rapid rate. Well, 5 million in 1 month, 60 million in 12 months. You know, when I changed my profile on Twitter and LinkedIn to effectively STEAM talent, I always said I was going to give myself 2 years. That's effectively 120 million. Now, I'm not saying for 1 minute that 121 million will suddenly automatically join Steam it. I've always said that if you use a ratio of 20% of the invitations actually sign up, and 50% of their followers were exposed to Steam it, that effectively is 10%. 10% of 120 million. 12 million? 12 million new eyes that we would never have seen should this not have happened, unless they'd have seen it elsewhere. So I can't stress enough, you know, I know that I did say I was going to give a few shout outs. So of course, the guys that who asked the questions, Arianto71, Anime Craze, Faraz33, Zohaib336, Kamcho, Abdul Mahanan, and of course I'd like to give a big shout out. You know, I've mentioned this guy before, Thomas, check Global Host. You know, if you've not checked him out, check his blog. You know, he's got some amazing photographs and he absolutely gets what we're doing. And what Thomas is now doing is he's picking up these tweets that I'm going out. I know very little about photography. So of course, what Thomas is doing, I identify a particular user that I think will benefit, come into the community, and then Thomas, because he knows a hell of a lot of, he's got great knowledge on photography, Thomas is then jumping into these, and of course he's then talking to these people, and effectively, really, that's my job done, and it's up to others with the expertise in that particular field to actually pick these up and really walk these applications through. And if there's any questions, you know, on photography, which tags to use, you know, these are the sorts of people I would like to reach out to. So we're only just over 3 weeks into the initiative, but you know, already it's very clear the potential of that. So massive shout out again, can't shout out enough for Thomas, check Global Host, and of course there's a few other guys I just want to say a quick shout out to. ETC Mike, you know, he's been a massive supporter of my blog from more or less day one, and if I can remember, I think we actually joined on the same day, back in the 7th of August 2016. So massive big shout out to ETC Mike. And of course there's Slow Walker. We all know Slow Walker. He's been a huge fan of what I'm doing. So of course he's been supporting us. And again, what I've been doing with Slow Walker, his quality blogs, his travel blogs, you know, what I've been able to do is I've been able to send those out onto hashtag Steam Talent on the Twitter and give people a bit of an idea of what it's all about. So, you know, I really can't thank you guys enough. I really, really, really do appreciate all the support, and I'm hoping that, you know, over the next couple of invitations, over the next few days, that'll be over 5 million, 20%, 1 in 5, if all those 50 odd invitations actually join Steam it, and let's say only half of their followers saw, you know, their blog, their first blog. You know, we're talking 500,000 users, or 500,000 fresh pair of eyes. You know, 500,000, that's just under half of the Steam it community, and that's in less than 4 weeks. So I can't stress enough, you know, I've been promoting, as most of you know now, actively over the last 18 months. I've been on Steam it coming up to nearly 2 years now. The first 6 months, obviously, I was sort of feeling my way around the community, getting to know, you know, who was who, and really from rolling out Promo UK, Promo Steam, watching some of the amazing initiatives and projects and working on some amazing projects. You know, hashtag Steam Talent is one that I really would like people to, you know, fully understand. You know, there are already others on Twitter who are following this exactly the same, you know, so you guys are doing an amazing job, you know, pushing out these tweets. Somebody asked me either today or yesterday, what can we do? I've got a mountain of work to go through, a huge mountain of work to go through. And people are saying, well, what can we do? Support it. Push these invitations through. If you're on Twitter, if you were listening to this video, push these invitations onto your Twitter feed. And really, you know, I don't, the support I want is on Twitter. That's where the audience is. That's where the market is. You know, if you upvote on Steam, that's a bonus. What I really want is the support outside the community, because that is where the growth is going to come from. You know, if you're at a party and you're in a party, it's great to talk to people in the party, but surely, is it not better to talk to those people who want to come to the party, you know, that you believe will bring a benefit to the party? So of course, over the last 3 to 4 weeks, 60 to 70% of my time has actually been outside of the community. You know, I've spent probably over the last 25 days, 10 hours a day on Twitter alone. And really, that is where the market is, not inside the community, outside the community. So I'm hoping over the next few weeks, you know, these 1 to 3 weeks will start coming through the pipeline. And I'm really, you know, reaching out that if there's anything that any of you guys that are watching this can help get this pipeline through, then obviously, you know, that's out of my hands. You know, I can only invite people to the community, you know, in these kinds of numbers, but that's it. I can't get them through. You know, people are contacting me on Twitter and saying, what can you do? You've invited us. What can you do? Well, you know, apart from just have patience and wait for that approval, I just say to people, it's worth it, you know. So massive big shout out to you guys. I hope this video didn't take too long, and big shout out to everybody I mentioned and everybody else that's supporting the hashtag Steam Talent. Hope you guys have had a great weekend, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers guys, bye for now.